Hello Gemini, welcome to your reading for the 17th through to the 23rd of August 2026. And as always, it's going to be general. So if something doesn't resonate, just leave it for someone else. And yeah, let's welcome in now the Archangels, Ascendant Masters, any light beings or star beings, as well as our higher selves, and any other spirit guides or any animal, ancestral or dragon guides you feel resonant with, Gemini. Okay. King of Swords, which is your energy, I believe. Yes, and then we have the Ten of Swords, also your energy, and we have the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Lots of air here, Gemini. You could be having lots of ideas at this time. And I think there's a particular idea that you've hit on at the moment, or a decision that you're in the process of making that's sort of inspiring you or firing you up for some reason. King of Swords. Ten of Swords. Yeah, I mean, there's probably, you're feeling like there's a lot of things to be making decisions about, I think, at the moment, Gemini. And Ten of Swords, King of Swords. Or maybe if it's, that you've had to make a lot of decisions, you've had to find out a lot of information, use your communication skills. This could be saying that there's a different type of energy coming in. So this is perhaps going to be wrapping up. Or if there's something, the other way we could read this is that, maybe something's finished up. You're finishing up with something in your life, Gemini, whatever that is. And you're going to be, applying your skills in analysis, communication, and research to move into the next thing. Okay. Also aligning with your personal truth and getting some insights and downloads, quite possibly as well. I think the King of Swords is a very can be quite like very logical and reasoning, but there could be another aspect of that depending on what we have in the reading here, in terms of being very in tune spiritually as well. So getting downloads from your higher self. Excuse me. And we do have your power card here, the Lovers, and the Call, the Judgment or Awakening. So it could well be that, you have the skills in the analysis, research, and communication, Gemini, but you also have the ability to tune in spiritually and to have a sense of what your calling may be, and that it's going to lead you into a greater sense of yourself and greater connection with your higher self. At the moment, you do have the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Swords. So, this is like, I guess, the other side of the coin. If the King is talking about, or if your inner King of Swords, Gemini, is that the logical and reasoning, the Queen of Swords is that ability to also bring the heart space in. The King of Swords, you can be also, Gemini, able to just be very objective and intuitive, but I think you're also feeling into this part of your consciousness that's, very creative, very spiritual, very heart. I think you're moving into, maybe this is talking about Christ consciousness. There's a very spiritual aspect to your consciousness that I think you are tapping into at the moment. You have this very, this is a very angelic energy as well, to do with the Call. Yeah, underlying theme is basically, in a nutshell, Gemini, that you are setting yourself free from attachments to things that are no longer serving you, or it could be, beliefs or ideas about yourself, about what is possible and what isn't possible, about reality in general. And I think you're probably letting go of this Eight of Swords and moving into a perception of your reality that is more unlimited, that there are more possibilities open to you, and that your consciousness is indeed expanding here, Gemini. Yeah, lovers, literally love, okay? Unconditional love, which is really nice. So, you know, you could be trying, or you could be identifying, or maybe you've already identified, Gemini, the things that have been holding you back from embodying this higher consciousness. Seven of Swords, yeah. You're working out what values you're taking with you and what values you are leaving behind here in this new way. Oh my goodness, wow. Okay, yep. This is what you're moving forward to, Gemini, but you may not be aware of it, it may not be obvious to you, but this is beautiful, like Ace of Cups, King of Cups, like wow. Very spirit connected. It's like you are possibly going to be like a spiritual counselor, maybe, or that this is just the inner wisdom aspect of yourself. So whatever it is that you're feeling called to do at the moment, it's kind of looking like it's going to be a good idea to do it. But you do also have the outcome is that you're going to be able to sort of take charge of your affairs, of your well-being, of whatever it is that you need to take charge of, and to build something in accordance with these new values that you're carrying forward, okay, with these 5 swords that you're carrying forward and the 2 that you're leaving behind. And, you know, see, already through the reading, you've started with 8 swords here and you've dropped 1. So, you know, that's a good sign. I think with the swords, it's kind of a case of that particular suit. The further we get along, the more swords we get, the kind of the worse the scenario in some ways. So we're dropping the swords, okay? You're dropping that, the overthinking or the overanalysis. But the court swords, the court cards are a different matter, of course. But yeah, so I think this is your general direction moving forward. You're generally kind of taking command of a situation. You're answering your call here. There's something about a call. And, you know, this is beautiful water energy, spirituality, creativity, intuition coming in, Gemini, which I think, you know, you may be activating more as time goes on. To an even greater extent than you are at the moment, okay? It could be at the moment, because you have this King and Queen of Swords, that you're needing to operate more from the logical reasoning, research kind of mind, but you do have the Queen aspect coming in of that divine feminine. But I think you're going to be moving into more spiritual feeling, more cup, creativity, water energy as well down the track, which is really nice. So guidance of, oh wow, King of Cups. Look at all this water energy coming out in your guidance as well, okay? 4 of Cups, King of Cups. And you also have strength here. So if there's something that you are wrapping up, that you're finishing with, and a call that you're answering, you do have the strength to answer this call, okay? You have the discipline, the know-how, and the ability here, Gemini, okay? But this beautiful water energy, a King of Cups again, so this is confirmation of your ability to have that nice emotional steady center, Gemini, okay? Despite a lot of other stuff going on around you. And you also have the 4 of Cups, which is, I'm also going to put in here that there's different interpretations of the 4 of Cups, but the way it's sort of looking in the reading is that this is talking about your ability to be, with regarding the 4s, that are very a stable number, is your ability to be stable in the emotional sense. And that, I mean, I guess the past, you know, you may be a bit affected by the past in terms of if things haven't worked out, you may feel as though things are not going to work out in the future. But I feel like this is an energy that is perhaps residual in the background. It could be one of the attachments here that you have, which may be to do with attaching, or basically what's gone on in the past, Gemini, particularly talking about the things that haven't worked out. Maybe you'll then you have a tendency possibly to project that into the future and say, well, that didn't work out then, which means this is not going to work out. But I think this could be one of the things that you're letting go of, because as you can imagine, that kind of mindset is very restrictive, because it doesn't necessarily allow you to open to the new possibilities. However, I think you are opening to the new possibilities, because you have this call here, you've got your power card, you've got the Ace of Cups here. You know, this is Spirit has your back. This is like unconditional love, spirituality, creativity, and a lot more possibilities and a high frequency energy coming in to assist you to move into that expansion. Let's have a look. I'll grab some light seers energies here. The Devil again. So there's something that you are letting go of here, okay? And it might just be an idea or a belief or something in the more tangible sense. The Moon. So there could be some subconscious tendencies that you have, Gemini, that you are becoming more aware of, because the first step is, you know, awareness. If you are looking to change some things, the first step is awareness. And this could be what your King of Swords is doing here, what your inner King of Swords is doing, sorry. That, you know, maybe you've just become aware of just how much something is stressing you, okay? And maybe it's like, maybe that's happened recently, okay? You've become aware of it. And now you are like going, well, you know, Queen of Swords, you've decided to align with your heart space and with your passions here moving forward, okay? Because then, of course, you do have this beautiful Lovers and answering the call. So you are being called to move into your true self, I'm thinking here, Gemini. That, you know, your soul self that is generally more at ease as you sense that you are embodying that, okay? Success, Six of Wands. Yep, this is going to be, I think you're going to have success with this. The Emperor is a very successful, abundant energy. You also have the King of Cups, really nice. And here we have compromise, Six of Pentacles, which is talking about the, normally it talks about like a balance, Six of Pentacles, and I guess this give and take, but compromise is another way to explain that, where you, you know, instead of it something being all or nothing, it's maybe you're working out a plan that, you know, is a win-win, or something like that, or something that's more balanced, that where you're meeting someone, or maybe you're meeting yourself halfway, okay, with regard to something. And here we have the Five of Pentacles. So yeah, this is talking about possibly financial or health challenges. Maybe you're experiencing some of that at the moment, Gemini. And maybe that's part of what you're working through here as well, the Hermit. So yeah, doing some soul work, doing that introspection, which is what the Moon can be talking about. Maybe you are really having a close look at your subconscious tendencies, or your, you know, some beliefs or values that you've been holding on to that haven't necessarily been serving you, or maybe they've just been holding you back. Maybe not in a big way, but maybe just preventing you from taking little steps that maybe you feel you need to take, okay? Four of Cups again. Did we already have that? Yes, we did. So this is a different take on the Four of Cups. Yeah, pretty similar. But it's about this, you know, something is going to be on offer to you, Gemini, I think spiritually, creatively, or intuitively. Sort of in those realms, I think there are going to be new energies that you are going to become available to you, which, you know, sometimes when Spirit holds that cup out, it's always like it's not necessarily something that is thrust on us forcibly. It's really like, okay, this energy is presenting, and then it's up to us to make that decision to go, yes, I will take that cup and I will activate that energy and embody it within myself. So I think this could be what Spirit's saying here for you, Gemini, is that there's going to be some beautiful energies coming in that you can decide whether or not, or when, where and how you're going to take up that cup, okay? Five of Cups. Lots of cup energy. Yeah, we had Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups. So, you know, there could be some challenges that you're experiencing at the moment. Maybe there's some obstacles that you are working through. But you're going to be, this is success, okay? Applying that compromise, or maybe working at a halfway kind of point. Maybe, you know, having that idea of like, with this compromise energy, like, is there a way for you to get the best of both worlds, so to speak? Or a way for you to have more balance about something, or more balance in the way that you do something. There's lots of ways that we can, you know, I guess, manifest this idea of balance in our lives, and also for you at this time, Gemini. The King and Queen of Swords is really interesting because they're definitely very strong air energies, okay? But you also have strong water energies. So this is kind of also reading about looking at how your thoughts affect your feelings and how your feelings affect your thoughts. So that could be another takeaway from this reading for you, Gemini, to just have a think about that as well. And also a feel about it, you know, like, yeah, just acknowledging your life where you're feeling into things and where you are just applying pure logic, and maybe there's a halfway point there, okay? The Queen of Swords is also that beautiful halfway point. She is like compassion, and this is your energy at the moment, Gemini, so you're probably feeling into what I'm talking about. This is like, you know, your feeling component coming in with the logical reasoning. So whenever you make decisions or choices about doing things, or even how you view yourself, maybe you are releasing this tendency perhaps in the past to dwell on the past and things that haven't worked, and then having particular opinions about yourself based on those past experiences. Maybe you are now exercising more compassion, and you're saying, well, okay, that may have happened back then. Just because that happened doesn't mean that it's going to happen again. And, you know, I can, as you can do, Gemini, you know, take care of self moving forward, take time out as needed here with Hermit energy, look at, you know, underlying motives for things, and also just really working in with this cup water energy, okay? Really activating your spiritual self, your creative self, and your intuition as well. Yeah. But I really like this for you as well, Gemini. You've got this beautiful strength card here, okay? So you have the ability to overcome any challenges. And Spirit is always there, holding out that cup for you to be replenished or to rejuvenate or whatever it is that you need to do. So, yeah. So there we are, Gemini. I think we'll wrap it up there. And I hope that's been helpful. Look forward to your next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, fantastic week. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.